And we'll start on the ground, again in Supta Baddha Konasana. Hi friends, we've missed you. We had a wonderful honeymoon, but we're happy to get back into the swing of things. So as you start on your backs with the soles of your feet together, pinning the shoulders to the floor, turn your palms up towards the sky and take a full breath in through the nose. Open up the mouth, gently sigh it out. Ah. 3 more like that. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale through the nose. Open up the mouth, gently let it go. Sip in 1 more breath. Mouth opens, let it go. And then seal your lips while I read a short quote. As you know, tomorrow is the start of the fall equinox. And on the equinox, day and night are in equilibrium. Dark and light, masculine and feminine, inner and outer are all in balance before the night takes over, bringing darkness and the death of winter with it. All things must die before they can be reborn. It is for this reason that all spiritual ascent requires descent first. We are a reflection of the universe that surrounds us, that takes place outside of us, also takes place within us. All those who long for the light must first face the darkness within themselves. So take another deep breath in through the nose. Let it go. And draw the knees together. And please hug those knees into your chest. And squeezing those knees in, relax the face, unhinge the jaw. And we'll cactus our hands out to the side, releasing our lower back before we begin the practice this morning. So gently allow the knees to fall to the right. And we'll take the gaze over the left shoulder. Sip in the inhale. Exhale through the nose. And we'll take 1 more breath here. And let it go. And drawing those knees back to the center. And please drop them in the opposite direction. Eyes soft or closed, and you can take the gentle neck release as you gaze over that right shoulder. Sip in the inhale. Exhale the breath. We'll take 1 more breath in. And let it go. And draw those knees back to center. And we'll take our hands behind our knees. Take a couple rocks back and forth on our back body. And we'll find our way into a child's pose. So big toes touching, knees spread wide. Hips super heavy. We bend those elbows, drawing them a little closer towards our knees. And spreading the fingers wide and just feeling the space in between the fingers. Melt the heart, soften through the belly. Taking 1 more breath here. Let it go completely. And we're just going to transition onto our hands and take our weight onto our knees. A little different posture this morning. We're going to lift our toes up towards the sky and find the upward dog in the chest. So just melt those hips. So drop your bottom, bug. Beautiful. On an inhale, we'll pull back into a child's pose. And releasing that tension in the neck, forehead side to side. Gently move it side to side. And then we'll come back onto our hands and onto our knees. Again, just melt those hips. Lift your chest. Open up those collarbones. Beautiful. And again, we'll draw those sits bones back. forehead to the floor. And we'll take one more stretch just like that. So inhale, coming onto your hands and knees, your big toes touch. You just melt those hips. You find that upward dog. Open up the collarbones, soften through the jaw. And we'll come back, tuck your toes under, nice, into our downward dog. So eyes towards the back of the mat. Bending your right knee, draw that left heel to the floor, shake out that head. And rooting through the forefinger and thumb. Take a deep bend in the left knee, draw the right heel to the floor. And then gently pedal the feet out. And we'll come onto the balls of our feet. Spin your knees to the left and drop the hips down towards the mat. On an inhalation, we come back through our downward dog. Spin your toes and heels towards the opposite side. We just drop those hips towards the floor. Inhale, downward dog, and we'll walk our hands back towards our toes. So give yourself a nice hips distance apart with your feet. I'm going to actually face you guys. Deep bend in those knees. We'll find our opposite elbows. Drop your head, lengthen through the spine. And for these first initial breaths, just keep those knees soft. You can add some sway to the body. Our toes are spread wide. And concentrate, if you can find the space between the toes, just like we did in our hands earlier. So we're going to do a rotation, keeping hold of our elbows. So we'll slowly rise on an inhale. Let that right elbow lead up towards the sky. And then you'll switch and have that left elbow as you descend, lead your way as you open up the side bodies. So again, you can inhale, reaching that elbow high, nice big circles. That left elbow leads down as you rotate around. We'll take one more in this direction, stretching. And if you're leading with a different elbow, it doesn't matter. We're just opening up the body in a different way. We'll find our way back to the forward fold and then change direction. So I'm leading with my right elbow, stretching, open the side bodies, feeling and following that descent. And two more revolutions. We inhale, stretch, and trace that elbow down. Chest is parallel to the floor. One more revolution, big breath in. Beautiful, we exhale around. Welcome back, Karen. And finding your way back to that forward fold, release the elbows, walk your hands and feet back into your downward dog. Eyes towards the back of the mat. On an inhalation, extend that right leg up towards the sky. On your inhale, you'll draw the knee to the nose, shoulders over wrist creases. Find that cat, rounded back body. Exhale, extend the toes up towards the sky. Now drawing that right knee towards your right tricep, maybe it connects. Beautiful, extend, pointing through the toes. Now we'll draw the knee across towards that left elbow or tricep, maybe it connects. Inhale, extend the toes up towards the sky. Last time we draw the knee to the nose, look between your hands, drop the right foot right between the hands, left knee to the earth, untuck the toes. So we'll melt through our hips here. Upward dog in the chest. Again, open up those collarbones. And we'll inhale the arms up towards the sky. So palms are facing towards one another. We'll find some shoulder revolutions in this direction. So we'll inhale, expand, open up the chest, and just pause here. Gently opening, expanding, releasing. And then we'll bring our hands towards the front of our mat. So with our breath, we inhale, open it and expand, and then we exhale it out. And take two more. We inhale. At the top, we exhale, expand, extend through the fingertips. And one more, big breath in. Exhale. Beautiful. And then taking those hands outside the front foot, we'll draw our hips back, flex those right toes. Chin is reaching towards your shin. You find that beautiful long spine. Feeling the 5 toenails on that left foot. 2 more breaths here. Please take one more inhale. We let it go. Bend through that right knee. Tuck the left toes under, step the right leg back. Pause through high plank. Breathing here, give yourself hips distance with your feet. So either stay here or we'll alternate shoulder touches with our hands for 3 times. So right hand to left shoulder, to right shoulder, left, right, left, right, downward dog, eyes towards the back of the mat. Beautiful. Shake out that head. On our next inhalation, the left leg extends up towards the sky. On an inhale, we draw the knee to the nose, shoulders over wrist creases, that rounded back body like a cat. Inhale, extend the leg up towards the sky. On your next breath, we take the knee outside that left elbow or tricep. Maybe it connects. Inhale, extend. Now draw the knee across the body, right elbow or tricep. Exhale, point through the toes. Now we take the knee to the nose. Look between your hands, step the foot forward, drop the right knee, untuck the toes. Take a few breaths here to just melt through those hips. Beautiful. We open up the collarbones. And we'll inhale, extend the arms up, palms face towards one another. And again, just open up those arms, feel that expansion across the chest. Maybe a slight tilt of the chin up towards the sky. Your fingers are alive, lines of energy out through those fingertips. So we'll make it a moving meditation with our breath like we did on the first side. So we inhale, reach the fingers forward, and then exhale, open and expand. 2 more, we breathe in, sip in the breath, exhale, open. Gorgeous, 1 more, breathe in, exhale, expand. And then we lower the hands outside that left foot, draw the hips back, flex those left toes, connecting that right shin to the earth. Draw your shoulders away from your ears, a beautiful long spine. Can you feel those 5 toenails on the right foot? So energetically, you're drawing your chin towards the shin. Maybe bend those elbows a little more, finding a deeper opening in those hamstrings. 1 more breath here. Beautiful. On an exhalation, bend through that left knee, right toes tuck under. We step back into high plank. Give yourself that hips distance with your feet. Find that stability. Our navel draws in and up towards our spine. Now let's lift that back body another inch or 2, engaging all those muscles. So we'll have 3 more taps on each shoulder. So take your time, try not to move your body. So right fingers to the left, right, left, right. You're bearing weight on the hands, left, right, beautiful, downward dog. Eyes towards the back of the mat. Shake out that head. Sip in the inhale. A beautiful long exhalation. Keep your hands where they are. We'll walk our toes up to the heel of our hands. We find that halfway lift. Exhale, Uttanasana, our forward fold. Shake out that head. And on an inhalation, we ride that breath all the way up. Lines of energy out through the fingertips. Let's cactus our hands out to the sides as we lift our hearts. Full breath in and melt forward, Uttanasana. Taking our time this morning. Inhale, halfway lift. Please step or just jump those feet back, high to low plank. We find our cobra, maybe your upward dog, and meet in downward dog, eyes towards the back of the mat. Inhale that right leg high. Exhale, take your knee to your nose. Maybe kiss that knee and extend through those toes. We take the knee outside that right elbow, maybe it connects. And exhale, point through the toes. Now drawing the knee to the opposite elbow and extend. Now take your knee to your nose, gaze between your hands, and let's find our high lunge. Come all the way up. Glide those shoulders down the back body. Go a little deeper. Find a little deeper opening in that right thigh. So track that right knee over the right ankle. Stay here, soften the shoulders. And let's just open up to the right side of the body. So again, try not to lean forward. We have a nice, beautiful, tall spine. And we'll reverse this posture. So left hand high, right hand towards the back of the left leg. Breathing here. Our toes are spread wide. And we'll come back to that twisted version and then find our easy twist. That left hand to the floor, right hand reaches up towards the sky. So another chest expansion here, possibly dropping that right hand behind the back body. Swallow, breathe here. And that right hand is back up towards the sky. Full breath in here. On an exhale, we'll draw the fingers right between the arm and the leg. Draw it to the other side of the mat. Riding that breath, inhale. Exhale. Fingers towards the outer edge of the mat. 2 more. We breathe in, expand. Exhale, release, and let go. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale, fingers right between the knee and the elbow. And we find that easy twist 1 more time. Please lower that right hand outside the right foot, right leg back. Pause for 1 breath here in high plank. Now cycling through your vinyasa, low plank, a cobra or upward dog. Beautiful, downward dog, eyes towards the back of the mat. Shake out that head. Please extend that left leg up towards the sky. We inhale the knee to the nose. Exhale, extend through the toes. Now take the knee outside that left elbow or tricep and find that beautiful extension. Knee across opposite elbow. We lengthen, point through the toes. Now we take our knee to our nose 1 more time, look between your hands. Step the leg forward. Find your way all the way up into that high lunge, that crescent lunge. So the soles of our palms are pressing towards one another. If you're low on energy, maybe jet lagged, you can always take that knee to the floor. So draw those floating ribs back into the body. Lines of energy out through the fingertips. Now we blossom open to the left. So again, notice if you're leaning forward, we have that beautiful tall spine, that scissoring action in the hips. Glide those shoulders down the back body. You can stay here or we'll reverse this posture. So right hand high, left hand on the back of the right thigh. You can gaze towards that upper hand. Breathing here. Soften through the throat. We find our way back into that twisted version. Now easy twist. Right hand on the inside of that left foot. Left hand is reaching high. The fingers are spread wide. That right heel is drawing towards the back of the mat. You're engaging this back thigh. So maybe expanding through the chest 1 more time, dropping that left hand towards the side of your mat. Breathing here. Allow the body to soften. We'll take that left hand back up towards the sky. And then the hand comes between the knee and that right elbow. So draw it across the body and then inhale it back up. Beautiful. We exhale, inhale high. Let's take 3 more. So we lower the fingers to the right side of your mat. Inhale high, exhale down. 1 more breath in, exhale, hands, the fingers toward the other side of the mat. And then inhale that back hand up towards the sky. Lower it outside the left foot, step the left leg back. Pause in high plank for 1 inhale, 1 exhale. Your vinyasa, high to low plank, a cobra or upward dog. Beautiful, downward dog. Exhale, eyes towards the back of the mat. Shake out that head. Feeling that breath. Activating those heels to the floor. Find that external rotation of the shoulders. So imagine those shoulders are wrapping around the body. You free up that head or neck. Take another breath here. We exhale the air completely. Bend the knees. Walk or hop to the top of the mat. Halfway lift. Forward fold, Uttanasana. Then find your chair position. Hips heavy. Lines of energy out through the fingertips. Draw the shoulders back into the socket. Energetically squeeze those knees together and drop your hips a little deeper. Now, can you reach your arms up towards your ears? Steady breathing. Again, squeeze those knees together. Drop those hips a little deeper. Now we'll take our hands to our heart center as we forward fold. We find that halfway lift. Step or jump those feet back, high to low plank. A cobra or upward dog. Downward dog. Exhale, eyes towards the back of the mat. Our right leg lifts. We take our knee to our nose. Exhale, extend through the toes. Knee outside that right elbow or tricep. And extend. A little different on this side. We're going to take the knee towards that elbow, then shoot the leg out into drunken triangle, or some teachers call it falling star. Maybe that's a softer way. So you're lifting through those hips. Again, feeling that great expansion across your chest. We take 1 more breath in. On an exhale, that left hand comes to the mat. Right leg lifts. We're in that 3-legged downward dog. Now bend that right knee and stack the right hip over the left. Let's find some ankle twists here in one direction. Your fingers are spread wide. Your breath is steady. Now please change direction with that ankle twist. And we'll just lower that right leg down to the floor. Readjust your downward dog. Shake out your head. And we'll come to the other side. Inhale that left leg high. We draw the knee into the nose. Exhale, extend. Find that beautiful length. Knee outside that left elbow. And extend. Now our knee towards our right elbow or tricep. Extend that left leg. Again, falling star. So that right hand lifts. We lift those hips up towards the sky. Breathe in. Can you lift a little higher? Now watch that right hand as it connects with the mat. That left leg lifts up towards the sky. We're in that 3-legged downward dog. Bend the knee, stack that left hip on top of the right. So that left shoulder wants to lift. Spin your chest to the floor. Feel those fingertips rooting to the mat, and let's open up that left ankle. So a couple revolutions in one direction. And we'll please change direction. And lower that left leg to the mat. And let's cycle through a vinyasa. Inhale, high plank. Exhale low. We find our cobra or upward dog. Downward dog, eyes towards the back of the mat. Finding that breath. Keeping your hands where they are. We'll walk our toes 6 to 12 inches closer towards the heels of our hands. Maybe soften those knees. So let's take that right hand towards the left. I like to draw it towards the back of the knee and then just slide the hand till you find that resistance. Maybe you hang on to the ankle, the heel. Soften the jaw, the root of the tongue. Are your toes gripping the mat? See if you can soften them. And please change sides. So the left hand reaches behind the knee. That right knee, slide it down the back of the calf. Holding onto the ankle, the heel, wherever you are. Again, bend those knees as much as you need to. That right hand is rooted. Maybe gaze under that right armpit. Take another breath in. We exhale, release the left hand to the mat. Walk your feet back so you find that full extension of your downward dog. Shake out that head and neck. So your sits bones are reaching up towards the sky. Imagine I'm holding onto your hips and pulling them towards the back of the mat. See if you can find a little more extension, a little more length through that spine. Take another breath here and let it go. On an inhale, that right leg lifts and we lightly step it forward and find our way into warrior two. Arms swing up and around, drop into those hips. That right knee is tracking over the right toes. Hug the muscles to the bones. Let's reverse our warrior. Gazing to the outer edge of that back foot. Those right ribs are fanning open. And we'll find our way back into warrior two. Now forearm on thigh, left arm up and over. Or take the hand in the inside of that right leg. So the fingers can brush towards the floor, come to the fingertips. Again, I love to use props. If you have a brick, maybe give yourself a little more support. Couple breaths here. Take one more inhale. We let it go. Inhale, finding your way back into warrior two. Please straighten that right leg. Bump the hips back and reach the right fingers towards the front of your mat. And then we'll come back to standing. Two more like that. We breathe in, we reach, find that length, the hips bump back, lift through the right kneecap, and we'll come back to neutral. So one more, find that reach. Those lower ribs are coming towards the top of the mat. Now your version of triangle. Left hand reaches high. Breathe in. Breathe out. Two more breaths. We take a final full inhale. Complete that exhalation. Inhale, find your way back into warrior two, a nice bend in that right knee. Now we'll lengthen through that right leg, spin the right toes in, left toes out, into our warrior two on the other side. So let's just mix it up on this side. Take your hands on your hips and make sure your hips and chest are towards the side of the mat. That left knee is opening, lines of energy out through the fingertips. Our shoulders glide down the back body. And maybe for a breath or two, just gazing over the middle fingers of the left hand. Unhinge your jaw. Now we'll reverse our warrior. Right hand on the back of the thigh. I like to gaze at the outer edge of the back foot. But for some of you, maybe gazing up towards the upper hand. Just honoring what's going on with your head, neck, and shoulders this morning as that left knee keeps gliding over the left ankle. On your next inhale, we find our way back into warrior two. Now side angle, forearm on thigh, right arm up and over. We draw that shoulder back into the socket. Explore a little deeper options here by taking the fingers towards the floor. You can support with the ankle. Again, maybe exploring with a brick. Your drishti, your eye gaze towards those upper fingers. Enjoy your breath. Take another full in breath. We let it go. Find your way back into warrior two. Now straighten that left leg, bump your hips back, and extend those left fingers towards the back of the mat. So those lower ribs are reaching. You're lifting through that left kneecap, engaging the quadricep. And on your in-breath, we just come back to home. Tall, beautiful spine. Exhale, reach. Lengthen, extend. And back to neutral. And one more, we'll take this extension all the way to our triangle. Find that length, release the hand, right hand up towards the sky. And maybe just close your eyes. Allow the body to find its equilibrium. There may be some shaking, but again, you have those roots in your feet drawing you all the way to the center of the earth for stability. We can open up our eyes and we'll find our way back into warrior two, a deep bend in that left knee. Now that left leg straightens and we spin those left toes in. We have that legs distance between our feet. Our toes are turned in just slightly. We'll take our hands on our hips. Inhale, lift your heart, eyes towards the sky. And with control, exhale, hinge those from your hips. And we'll bring our fingers just in line with our toes. So stay here in this forward fold. And we'll take that left hand in the center of your space. The right hand reaches high. On an exhale, draw the fingers towards the left ankle. So we inhale and fingers towards that left ankle. Two more, breathe in and breathe out. Last inhale. Exhale, fingers towards that left ankle. Now take the right hand where the left hand is, and we'll take the other side. So full breath in, we find that beautiful twist first. On the exhalation, those left fingers are reaching towards the right ankle. So we inhale, ride that breath. Exhale, we release. Two more, inhale. Exhale, relax, let go, maybe touch the ankle. One more, extension, expansion. Exhale, release. And bring both hands in front of you. We'll walk our fingers back in line with our toes. We find that halfway lift. Navel in and up towards your spine. On an exhalation, hinge forward. Crown of the head towards the floor. You can always put a brick underneath the head. Couple of options here. If some of you want to go upside down, please do. Or maybe explore the fingers behind the side of your mat, finding the support of your finger pads. Lengthen through the spine. Honor those tight hamstrings by bending through the knees as much as you need. Please let go of any holding in the head or neck. Take another breath in. Let it go. And we'll walk our hands back up till we find that halfway lift. So those left toes will spin out and find Skandasana. So we're tracking that left knee over the left ankle. That left heel may be lifted. We flex that right foot. Again, stay supported. This posture is different for everyone. It has a lot to do with how open our hips are, how open our ankle is, and maybe explore finding that balance by taking your hands to your heart center. So you're in control of you. Just make it a safe and healthy posture. We're not trying to get to any destination in any of these postures. Just honoring where our body is, connecting with our breath. And we'll take the other side. So we find a deep bend in that right knee, tracking it over the right ankle. Those left toes flex. We soften through those lower inner groins. And just allow the body over these next several breaths to open. So that right heel may be on the ground. Again, for many of us, that heel is lifted. We're just exploring. Flex those left toes. Maybe finding that balance, bringing your hands to your heart center, or just start with taking one hand to your heart. Swallow. We'll take one more inhale. Let it go. And we'll find our way into that straddle position again. Heel toe your feet together. Hands on your hips, slight bend in the knees, and slowly unwind that spine. Come all the way up to center. Release those hands and let's open up those shoulders. So big rotations. Please change direction, rotating those shoulders. And taking your hands alongside the body. Give yourself about hips distance with your feet. We'll inhale the arms up overhead. I have my pointing fingers uncrossed, and we'll lift our fingers up towards the sky and then just lean up and over. Bill is adjusting the picture for some reason, not quite sure, but
He's crooked.
bump those hips back. And again, you can soften your knees here. And we'll inhale back to center. Now interlace all of your fingers. We'll turn the palms up towards the sky. Feel that stretch. So everything from your waist energetically is rooting down, and everything from your waist above, feel that expansion. Press those palms. You want to touch the clouds with your palms. Then you interlace those fingers again, release the pointer fingers, and we'll lift up and over in the other direction. So maybe bend those knees again. Soften through the jaw. And we'll inhale back to center. Lower the hands alongside the body. Samastitihi, hands at heart center. So pause and breathe here. Swallow a few times. Feeling the effects of your practice so far. And we'll flutter those eyelids open and find our figure four. So that right ankle on the left heel, on the left thigh, excuse me, bend through those hips. So hands can stay supported at your heart center. We're slowly inviting those elbows towards that right leg. So keep bending through that left knee. Those left toes are spread wide. Maybe the elbows touch. And we inhale, come back to center. Let's take that one more, that moving four, figure four. So a bend in that left knee. And we'll just take our time descending, letting go, reevaluating, releasing. Nice control, nice, Stacy. Inhale, slowly ride all the way up. And that right leg releases to the floor. Let's just release our hands between sides. Feel the energy in the palms. So some slight sensations tingling. It's a little different for all of us, but that's our prana, our life energy. So we'll come to the other side. Figure four, that left ankle on the right thigh, inviting you to bring your hands to your heart center. Maybe your balance is better with your arms out to the side. So try different postures, see what works for you today. So we're going to slowly descend. Those elbows are reaching towards that bottom leg. You can bend through that right knee as much as you need to. Imagine those hips are melting. Keep sliding, gliding. Maybe they connect. There they are. Inhale, come back. We'll take one more. So enjoy the descent. Take your time. The roots of the right foot are securing you to the earth. But we're also drawing that earth energy through the foot. So we're playing with that energy, working with the energy. Nice inhale, come all the way up. We'll release that left leg and let's cycle through a vinyasa. Full breath in, melt forward, Uttanasana, halfway lift. Please step back into that high plank. And we have one more of those shoulder touches. So we're going to do 5 each side. If that's challenging, stay in your plank position. You can always drop through those knees. So we're alternating 5 times to your shoulders, trying to move your body as little as possible, but you want to really engage through the palm. That's 4, last 5, 5, melt all the way down to the mat. Untuck your toes. Let's take that right ear to the floor, arms alongside the body. A full breath in, side out. Ah, let it go. Inhale, one more breath. Nice long exhale. And we'll take the opposite ear to the mat. Find that breath, inhale. Make some noise, sigh it out. Ah. One more inhale. We let it go. And bringing your head towards the top of your mat, finding one version of Shalabhasana. So hands can stay alongside the body. Let's start with lifting our legs up. Thighs are lifted. Now take your hands off the floor. Maybe interlacing those fingers. Everyone lift a little higher. Breathing here for 3. Lift those thighs higher, 2. And on 1, let everything release. If you interlace your fingers, let them go. Right ear to the floor. Lick your lips. Clean your teeth with your tongue. And we'll come back to neutral. We'll take one more Shalabhasana. So same setup like we did. We'll first take our thighs off the mat. The back of your hands are on the floor. Now we take them off the mat. Maybe interlace those fingers. Lift everything. A little extra yoga credit here this morning by taking those knees in towards one another. Then we open. We breathe and squeeze. And let go. 2 more. Squeeze. Open. Last one. We squeeze in. We open and lift everything. Let it go. Left ear to the floor. Unclench the bottom. Let the body relax. Find that breath. With the inhalation, can you breathe all the way to the tips of your shoulders? We exhale, we squeeze that belly, get all that stale air out of the body. Let's take one more full breath in. Let it go. And we'll bend our knees, gently windshield wiper side to side. And just using the momentum of the windshield wiper to rotate the body around. And we'll hug those knees into our chest one more time. So squeezing those knees in, big toes are touching. Let's wrap our arms around our legs and draw your forehead towards your knees, stretching out the back of the neck. Unhinge that jaw. Breathing in and out through the nose, we draw the head and shoulder back to the floor. Our hands come on top of our knees and we make some little rotations here. And change direction. And finding our way into our bridge. So feet are parallel. Let's first spin our palms up towards the sky. Now feel the four corners of the feet, our big toe, little toe, inner and outer heel. On your inhalation, we'll lift those hips up, lifting those hip points as high as possible. We walk those shoulders in, interlace the fingers for some of you. Now feel the feet again, rooting through the feet, lift those hips a little higher, and energetically we squeeze those thighs in towards that central line. Your chin is reaching towards your breastbone, your sternum. Your forearms are reaching towards the floor. From that positioning, can you lift those hips one more inch? Then let's ride that back body all the way to the floor. Slowly, knees kiss. We take our hands on our belly. And just watching the hands move with each inhalation as the belly expands. And as the hands descend on that exhalation. Take one more full cycle of breath here. And we let it go. We'll open up those knees. Bridge number 2. This will be our rolling bridge. So synchronizing our hands as we lift our hips, our hands reach overhead. So inhale, lift, back of the hands connect with the floor, and we synchronize the back body and the palms reaching the floor at the same time. So 3 more like that. Breathe in, feet are rooted, hips lift. Exhale, slowly descend, let go. We'll take one more. In breath, lift those hips a little higher. Exhale, descend, let it go. Our knees kiss, and we take our hands over our heart center. So feeling the warmth of your palms on that 4th chakra, your heart chakra. And we'll whisper something we're grateful for into that heart space. We've been expanding, opening up our hearts with a lot of the postures this morning. So just imagine that heart growing a little more with each inhalation. A little bigger. So last bridge or full wheel. So those knees open. Make sure your feet are parallel. Let the back body be soft. And again, if you want to go into full Urdhva, please do. I'll join you for bridge for one more. So on the inhalation, we'll lift those hips. This one I'm going to modify by supporting underneath my hips with my hands. So my feet are rooted. We'll lift that right leg high or just stay in that traditional bridge position. And option to explore that figure 4 again. So that right ankle on the left thigh, those hip points are level. That left foot is rooted. Our eyes are soft. Our breath is steady. That right leg can lower to the mat. Readjust those hands if needed. Feet are rooted. Option to extend that left leg up towards the sky. So maybe taking that figure 4 left ankle on the right thigh. Again, we want to level off those hips, root through that right foot and lift those hip points 1 more inch. Beautiful. That left leg lifts. We lower the foot to the floor, slowly unwind that spine, and we'll hug those knees into our chest 1 more time. So extending those toes up towards the sky, just begin to rock our body, our back body backwards and forwards again. Massaging those kidneys. We don't give enough attention to our back body, so let's roll 2 more times. Last roll to our seated staff position. So our hands are directly alongside our hips. We flex our toes, engage those leg muscles, draw those floating ribs back into the center to your core, and we'll extend our arms up overhead and melt forward, bending those knees as much as you need to. Finding our forward fold, Uttanasana. Intense stretch on the west side of the body is the translation. Glide those shoulders down the back. Can you flex those toes? Imagine the crown of the head one day in contact with your feet. Maybe not this lifetime, but imagining it. I'm going to take another breath here. We let it go. Inhale, come all the way back to a straight spine. That right knee bends. Flex the left foot. Right hand supports behind you. Left hand reaches high and take the elbow outside the right knee as we twist over the right shoulder. So we find that length on the inhale. We twist on the exhale. Inhale and twist. And maybe finding a different exploration, you'll take that left hand in between that triangle position, maybe reaching for that right wrist, an option to extend that right leg. Here comes the mountain lion. One more breath here, and we'll slowly lower that leg down, back to center, extend that right leg. Just shake the legs out and we'll come to the other side. So the left leg bends. We flex the right foot, left hand outside the hip, right hand high, and take that elbow outside the knee. We inhale and we twist. Breathe in and twist. So option to explore taking the hand in that triangle position. And for some of you, maybe extending that left leg up towards the sky. Everyone else, last full breath in. Let's twist one last time over that left shoulder. And we'll come back to neutral, extend that left leg. Full breath in. And melt forward. Uttanasana, one more time. Soften those knees. Shake out that head. On an inhale, we draw the spine back towards a nice tall spine, and we'll take our hands 6 to 12 inches behind you. Bend through the knees. We'll find that reverse tabletop. So I want you to really use all 4 corners of your feet. We lift those hips high, open up the throat, shake out that head. Hands are rooted. We lift everything a little higher. One more breath in here. On an exhale, slowly bend. Extend those legs. And one final forward fold. Inhale. Melt forward. Join that breath. And inhale, slowly coming back to that seated position. We're going to do a supported inversion this morning. So we have 2 options. So bringing your sits bones, your bottom towards the wall, you can take the legs up the wall or on your back body. Just extend your feet up towards the ceiling. Please turn your palms up towards the sky. Allow the back body to melt into the earth. And from this relaxed position, weave back and forth in the body, letting go of any holding. Letting go of any control of your breath. So just a few more breaths here before you transition into Shavasana. So you can stay here for the next couple of minutes. Otherwise, if you'd like to have a complete release of the body, just lowering the legs to the floor, take up a lot of space, palms up towards the sky, and just let go. We have a 2-minute corpse pose Shavasana here. So letting everything we explored this morning integrate into the body. We find that next full incoming breath. Gently sigh it out as we dance our toes and fingers awake. And inviting you to stretch your arms up overhead. Take up a lot of space, lines of energy out through the fingers and toes. As we wrap our body up into that ball of light on either side of your mat. Just pause here. And inviting you to stay in this position, or we find our way to a comfortable seated position, eyes soft or closed. On the equinox, day and night are in equilibrium. Dark and light, masculine and feminine, inner and outer are all in balance before the night takes over, bringing darkness and the death of winter with it. All things must die before they can be reborn. It is for this reason that all spiritual ascent requires descent first. We are a reflection of the universe that surrounds us. What takes place outside of us also takes place within us. All those who long for the light must first face the darkness within themselves. It is on this autumnal equinox that this stage of inner preparation for enlightenment can begin. In order to make way for the return of the sun on the winter solstice and its rebirth on the spring vernal equinox. So taking your hands at your heart center, acknowledging your practice this morning, and let's join our voices with the vibration of Om to end class. So full inhalation. The light within me honors and recognizes the light within all of you. Have a beautiful day and namaste. Thank you, everyone. Just in time. Thanks, everyone. Have a beautiful day. Enjoy the fall equinox, that beautiful full moon, and hopefully we'll see you again on Thursday. So great to see you, beauties. Thanks,
See
everyone.
everybody Thursday.
Thank you.
Thank you, Amy.
Bye.
Bye. Hi, Karen.
Honey, I missed you.
I missed you. When is your bike race?
It was last weekend.
Tell me about it.
It was good. It was good. I will call you later today, maybe. Are you free?
Yes, I am.
You're in?
Your hair looks
Okay.
fantastic.